Energy Minister Ted O'Brien. Ted, good morning to you. So we just heard from Peter Dutton. The Coalition will not support the package as it stands, but as Trudy just asked Peter Dutton there too, why not vote for some relief for homeowners and businesses?
Good morning to you, Pete. And this package as a whole doesn't provide relief. In fact, by the government's own numbers, this package effectively embeds Labor's new energy plan that it says will increase household power bills by at least $400 next financial year, up to $700. That is what they want legislated today. But the Coalition will stand by Australian households and Australian businesses. We are not going to cop a chaotic government with this manic series of thought bubbles all cobbled together in the one piece of legislation that is a dog of a legislation, and it will only see prices rise and it will only lead to a dramatic intervention.
Right. But how will prices, just on that point, how will prices rise if they're capped?
Look at their own numbers. So in the budget, the numbers forecasted a 56% increase in electricity prices. Since the budget, the numbers have come out saying it'll be a 63% increase in prices.
But the point being, if the prices are capped, wouldn't that stop them from going further?
Well, you might think so at first blush, but no. And that is because of the straight rules of economics of supply and demand. They're getting rid of supply from the marketplace, and that will only lead to ongoing problems in the market. And that is why Treasury, and the government agrees with Treasury on this, says the prices will continue to go up. Once you cap the price and you bring it down, then price is a function of supply and demand. Once you do that, you have less supply and you have more demand. And within this package today, the government is giving itself the power, not just to determine the supply, but the demand. The government will now have the power after today to decide which businesses have to turn their power off, which industries have to turn their energy down. They are taking entire control of the market. Their own numbers say prices will go up, and we will absolutely disassociate ourselves from what we think is a dangerous precedent.
But are you in danger here of supporting industry over homeowners and households?
No, our position actually supports both. Our position supports Australian industry and Australian households because both rely on cheap power and both need to keep the power running. They need the lights to stay on. You know, let's not forget, Pete, that this time last year, this government was in opposition promising the Australian people a $275 reduction in household power bills. Instead, bills have gone in the opposite direction. Here we are again 12 months later. They're making more promises, but their own numbers predict it's going to get worse for businesses and for households. The one solution that experts have been calling for, including the ACCC, the ESB, the AEMO, has been more supply. But the one thing the government will not do is bring on more supply. They've now done deals with the Greens to kill off supply. And we don't know the cost of those deals, by the way.
Yeah,
so not only do your household prices go up, but taxpayers will cop more through these secret deals.
Just on that deal with the Greens, Ted, there is a plan, or the Green want to electrify homes. What do you make of that?
Well, look, there's no problem with an ambition of electrification, but let's not forget the more you electrify, the more you need energy, and therefore the more you need supply. The issue with the deal that's been done by Adam Bandt and Anthony Albanese is nobody knows how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
So what we do know is energy prices go up. We don't know how many millions the government has now promised the Greens.
Well, I mean, Mike Cannon-Brookes has got an idea of how much it costs to 100% electrify someone's home. Is going to cost about $100,000 each. I'm not sure how many people are going to be able to afford that, Ted.
Well, I don't know about you, Pete. I can't afford $100,000, and I'm one of the fortunate ones.
Yeah. But would he be right
on a decent pay package?
Would Mike Cannon-Brookes be right on that?
It wouldn't surprise me if he's right on that. And these are the sort of costs that the government tries to hide. When they talk about, renewables being the cheapest form of energy, well, hang on. Not if we've got to pay $100,000 just to transform our home, and not if, as a country, we've got to pay $320 billion for the investment in networks alone. Prices are going up because this government has an unrealistic and ideologically driven plan. That's the reason. We had a balance as a coalition when we were in government, and that is why the last term alone, household prices went down 8%, businesses' prices down 10%, for industry prices down by 12%, and we still reduced emissions.
Okay.
That's what a balance is. That's what a responsible government does.
Ted O'Brien, we will have to leave it there. Appreciate your time this morning.